Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear students, today on 23rd of June 2021, Wednesday, we are gonna finish chapter 4. So today basically we are going to deal with the last topics of this chapter 4 matter. And I hope that all of you have understood what matter is and what are the different states of matter and what are the basic properties, general properties of the states of matter. So today we are going to deal with a topic which is quite interesting to note, that is action of heat on matter. So what are the changes or what is the effect of heat? What is the effect of heat on matter? We are going to deal with this today. My dear students, basically when we heat a matter, we notice expansion of that substance, change of state of that substance, or a chemical change. Okay, so these are the three effects which we observe, which we notice when we heat a matter. So let us understand the very first effect, that is expansion. What is the meaning of expansion? Expansion means, the literal meaning of expansion is increase. Increase in length, increase in volume. So this is what expansion means. You can do a simple experiment to understand this concept. If you take a container, a utensil, a bowl for instance, you take a bowl for instance and you fill it with water, half of it. Okay, you fill half of its level with water and you start heating it under the stove. Start heating it, okay, on the stove. You will notice that after getting heated, this water will rise, the level of this water will rise, and this is what expansion means. You will see an increase in the volume of this water, okay, and this is what expansion means. So what is the reason behind this expansion? This heat. So that is why heat causes expansion of matter, expansion in matter. Another example you can take a rod. Okay, take a rod, small rod. You can take iron rod, and you measure the length of this rod. Suppose we measured it and it measures 15 centimeter. Now take the same rod and heat it. Okay, supply heat to it, one of its portion or to the whole body, and after getting heated, if we measure the rod, then we will notice a slight increase in the length, suppose 5.1 centimeters or 5.2 centimeters. Okay, don't perform this experiment, this is dangerous, this is performed in the lab, but I'm for the sake of making you understand, I'm explaining you that if you heat this matter, if you heat this substance, this rod, then you will notice a change in its length, that is increase in the length, that is expansion in length. Okay, so we understood that heating matter expands it, that is the first effect. Now let us talk about the second effect, the change of state. Change of state. Change of state. Okay, so let us take the best example, water. So we have a cube of ice. We have a cube of ice over here. This is ice. So if you supply heat to it, what will happen? This ice will start to melt, and you have to take a container for storing the liquid state of water, that is the melted ice. Okay, so we took a glass and stored the melted water. So after getting heat energy, the solid form of water, ice, is melting and it is becoming the liquid form of water, that is water. So this is what melting means. Okay, melting, supply of heat, melting. This is change of state, isn't it? The state is changing. Again, if we supply heat to this glass of water, what will happen, my dear students? Yes, of course, this water will start to become vapors. Yes, this water will start to become vapor, that is the gaseous state. Okay, so this is what boiling means. Now if you cool down these vapors, if you drop the temperature of these vapors, then again you will get the liquid, and that change is known as condensation. So condensation is the process by which gases convert back into liquid. Okay, when there is a decrease in temperature, hold on. Okay, condensation occurs when there is a decrease in temperature and gases change into liquid, and boiling is the change from liquid to gas when there is an increase in temperature. So heat is being supplied during boiling and heat is being taken out during condensation. Now again if you cool it down further, that is from the liquid state, you cool it down further, you will again get the ice. That is, if you refrigerate this glass of water, you are decreasing the temperature to a further level, then you are getting back the ice, that is the solid form. So this is what change of state means: melting, boiling, condensation, freezing. Now there is another change which is quite interesting to note, but that does not happen with ice. It happens with some substances like naphthalene balls, or commonly known as camphor, iodine, ammonium chloride. So these are the substances which undergo a change, and that is quite interesting and amazing. And that is what, from their solid state, they directly become gases. They directly become gases without undergoing the liquid state. So liquid state is not achieved in this transformation, and this transformation is known as, this process is known as sublimation. This process is known as sublimation. So sublimation is the process by which a substance directly changes from its solid state to its gaseous state without undergoing the intermediate liquid state. And the basic examples are camphor, iodine, ammonium chloride. In the previous class I showed you a video, I sent you a link of a video in which you understood sublimation. Okay, so they were showing basically ammonium chloride. You can do this experiment of sublimation at your home also. Take camphor balls, you know, camphor balls. Kapoor, we know, commonly used in the Kalikwar or local language as Kapoor. Okay, take that balls and keep it at a corner of your house so that no one touches it. Okay, after a week or after a couple of days, you will notice that either that camphor has been is not present there, is vanished completely, or you will notice that the mass of that camphor is decreased, and that is why, because some portion of that camphor is being transformed into the gaseous state directly. Okay, and that is what sublimation. And if we further cool down this gaseous gases, then they will again become directly into solid, okay, without undergoing the liquid state. And this solid which we get after directly from the gaseous state are known as sublimate. For example, to understand this concept, for example, solid carbon dioxide, CO2, is also known as dry ice. I am sending you the video, you will understand. Dry ice is nothing but solid carbon dioxide. So solid carbon dioxide, generally we have carbon dioxide in the gaseous state everywhere in the air. So if you decrease the temperature to a further extent so that the gaseous state of carbon dioxide acquires its solid state, okay, so that solid from the gaseous state to the solid state will be known as, or is called as, sublimate. It's called as sublimate. Okay, and this sublimate undergoes sublimation. Hope you understood. So again, for a brief revision, my dear students, melting is a process by which solid becomes liquid and heat is being supplied. Boiling is a process by which liquid becomes gases, liquids become gases, heat is supplied again. Condensation is the process by which gases become liquid, heat is taken out, that is the temperature is decreased. Freezing is the process by which liquid becomes solid, again the temperature is decreased, heat is taken out. So heat is being supplied in these two processes, heat is being taken out in these two processes. And sublimation is the process of direct conversion of the solid state to the gaseous state, and the substance that undergoes sublimation is called sublimate. Or in other words, if a substance directly becomes solid from its gaseous state due to the decrease in temperature, then that substance is known as sublimate. Hope you understood. In the next video, I will be explaining you about the Brownian movement.